All right. What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Tough loss for them boys at home, 103-94 to the Orlando Magic. Disc Rover. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. BQ from BK. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Knicks 100 GM. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. 103-94. The captain, 24 points, 4 assists. Big task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. Tough loss for them boys and an ugly loss. Ugly loss. This is, you know, most of the losses, right? I'm like, all right, cool. You know, it was a tough loss, tough night, team getting ready to play, right? You got to give another team credit, right? Nah, not tonight. Not tonight, man. Not tonight. And I say that because, like, they didn't have nobody tonight, man. They basically had their G League team out there, right? So, as much as I want to sit around and get on the players, I got to look at the coach, man. I got to look at the head man. I got to. And the reason why it comes to him, because I'm seeing once again, another tired team that just doesn't have it. And what I have to say, I have to be honest here. They're starting to look like they're starting to break down. They're starting to look like that. They're starting to. Another game where they don't have no energy. Another game where they have no legs to shoot threes. Another game. So I'm a little bothered here. I'm a little bothered and I'm a little worried. I'm not even going to sit here in front. I'm not even going to sit here and try to, play with you guys and not be honest with my crew here. It's not time to panic. It's not time, but I'm a little concerned. And the reason why I'm a little concerned is because it's certain things that I'm seeing that I don't like what I'm seeing, man. I don't like the energy that I'm seeing. I don't like the effort. And that usually has to do, believe it or not, guys, with just guys being tired. Guys being tired. And so as I'm watching the game, I'm saying to myself, like, okay, we look like we don't have it tonight. There's no lift. There's no lift with their jump shots. Mikal Bridges is like dragging his leg. Of course, he's got it wrapped up, but he looks like he's kind of like just not, like he just doesn't have it. Well, go on, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 103-94. Dunn Rose, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 103-94. So it's a couple of things, right? It's a couple of things. So that's the first thing. They look really, really tired, right? Brunson just was missing shots. He doesn't look like he has it. Like he just doesn't look right. That's number one. That's number two. Excuse me. Number three, guys. It's simple coaching stuff, man. It's simple coaching stuff. We have no cat today, right? We have no cat. You bring up Akaporte, correct? So after Knicks 100 chips, so every time we lose, it's never the other team. No. My man, relax, dogs. Relax. You got to give them credit. I'm not taking anything away from them, but this is not the Magic show. This is not an Orlando Magic show, okay? They played great. They played with great effort. They did exactly what they always do. They scrapped their way to victories. This is what they do. I'm speaking for us first. Give them credit. The local kid, you know what I mean? Greg Anthony, like Cole Anthony, Greg Anthony's son, Archbishop Malloy. We all know his story. Of course. But I got to focus on the Knicks. That's my team. You're taking something away from them because you say they were tight. Yo, listen, man, because we shouldn't lose to them. Period. They're not better than us. They're not. So why did we lose? We lost because we're tired, man. You could see it. We have no energy. They outworked us tonight. Why did they outwork us? Why? It's a domino effect of many things. So to my point, right? They have a big lineup. They got a big lineup. So I say to myself, all right, look, because the game changed. The game was back and forth, but the game changed in that second quarter when they brought in Jonathan Isaac. They had Jonathan Isaac out there with Wendell Carter. I said, okay, boom. He took Sims out, brought in Precious. I said, awesome. Okay, cool. Bring in Akaporti to play against Wendell Carter. That's what I said. Bring in Akaporti to play against Wendell Carter. You put Precious on Jonathan Isaac. We need big bodies for boards. He didn't do that. Jonathan Isaac got every offensive rebound, man. Every offensive rebound. It was bullying dudes in that paint. I said, yo, my man, why isn't Akaporti playing? Like, you need size out there. They're big. He doesn't do it. He keeps a small lineup out there. That's not anything else but just personnel. Like, and I'm sorry, I'm stalling, but it frustrated me. I don't even want to tell you the type of language I was saying tonight in front of that television. But my thing is this. You got to base it off the lineups, man. You got to go to the lineups. You can't go small because you got to get on the glass. You can't sit there and just let them kill you on the boards because you're not matching size. You brought a guy up from the G League to play, to be, I don't know. Okay, I say to play. I guess you got him there to sit on the bench. All right, whatever. Sims is out. We need an extra big body, man. Cat isn't here. We need another big body. What are you doing? Put Akaporti in to help with on the glass. Put him on Wendell Carter. You could put Precious on Jonathan Isaac. He's more of an athletic wing, but he's big. He's 6'10". Wendell Carter's 6'10". He doesn't do it. When I mean, I'm like throwing my hands up, and I just said, I can't, man. Like, I can't. Like I can't, man. Here's the highlights. Like, I couldn't, man. I was so frustrated at that point. Like, I just couldn't, man. It does not make any basketball sense. This ain't analytics. This ain't none of that stuff. This is simple hoops. Man. You gotta match up. Like, you took Sims out. Cool. That's fine. He need a breather. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys, 103-94. Mikal Bridges, 24 points, 5 rebounds. Cool. So you took him out. I thought Sims was okay tonight. Some issues I have with him, but he was okay tonight. So based on this game tonight, this is the perfect time to play a lot of those guys on the bench because they don't have anybody. So they're playing a bunch of their backups. The head coach of the Magic went 10 deep. He went 10 deep. So I'm saying to myself, yo, he's playing a whole bunch of clowns out there. Khalid Pasha, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 103-94. You hear me, LV Blackout, I apologize. He went 10 deep. He's playing all of his young dudes. What the Tibbs, why aren't you playing any of these young dudes? Why? And I'm not saying, guys, I'm not saying you put them in the finals. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is this is a perfect time for these guys to gain some experience, for them to go out there and for them to play, to earn those. You're going to need them. Like, I'm losing it here, man. As you see, and I apologize. You got to do that, man. Everybody in the league is doing it. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care that you said, okay, they're not, we don't know if they're ready or not. Everybody's doing it. If that's the case, then why did you draft them? Why did you draft Dadier? Why did you draft Akaporti? Why did you draft Kolek? Why did you draft Dadier? when Ryan Dunn was right there on the board. He's ready to play. He's playing out there with the Suns. We could use him right now for minutes. Why did you not draft him? You drafted this kid who's 18 years old out there from France. You just got him sitting on in the G League. What's the sense in drafting these guys? Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 103-94. The captain, 24 points, 4 assists. Now, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 103-94. So I'm sorry, LV kind of blacked out. Like, I apologize, man. I try to keep it professional here. I really do, man. But I lost it tonight because I said to myself, we should not have lost to this team. We shouldn't have. But what I'm seeing what my man right here, Khaled, said, I'm seeing tired legs. I'm seeing it. That's, guys, we're shooting terrible from three, man. That's why the threes aren't falling, because we have no legs. Anybody that's ever played hoops understands that. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on them boys. 103-94. Mikal Bridges, 24 points, 5 rebounds. They have no legs, man. They have no legs. That's why this is happening. So for me, that's the frustration, because I'm saying to myself, yo, okay, cool, they're going out there and playing, but these guys are playing a lot. The mileage is catching up to them. So I'm saying to myself, yo, man, like, we're going to have to change something with these lineups, because, yeah, you can get guys' bodies together, but once these guys' bodies are going to start breaking down. Just Knicks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 103-94. The captain, Jalen Brunson, 24 points, 4 assists. So that's why the threes aren't falling, guys. Listen, this is easy, man. Corey Lindsay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Tough loss on the boys, 103-94. The captain, 24 points, 4 assists. So that's why I'm blacking out, because I understand the game, man, because I played it. And I didn't play it like just out there shooting hoops. I played it at a high level, man. And so what I'm saying is that, like, when you start playing a lot, when you play a lot of games, certain times during the season, your jumper's not falling because you're tired. So you got to go inside. That's why the Knicks are shooting really good from 2. They showed it, but they're shooting terrible from 3 these last 3 or 4 games, because you could see it's starting to take a toll on them. They have no lift for their jumper. So that's why I'm saying you're going to have to see what those guys are. Monica McNutt made a great point after the game. I heard her after the game. They said, Monica, what do you think? Tired legs. She said, I don't know, because I could tell she was trying to pick her words wisely. I peeped that. She said, I don't know, like, what it's going to take to gain the trust, because it's a double-edged sword. This is what she said. But you kind of have to put them out there to see what you have. But if you don't do that, then you don't know. And you can't. So how? She was just saying, I don't know. Like, but basically, this is it, because she's a ball player. She played in college. She knows you're not going to know what you have out there unless you put guys out there to make mistakes, to play, do things, whatever. That's why you do that against lesser competition like tonight. You do that to see what you have, because you got to gain trust in guys, because you're going to need these guys. Perfect example. How many minutes did he play campaign in the second half? Maybe 2 minutes? When was the last time Brunson fouled out of a game? He's got Brunson playing the whole second half. What is wrong with this guy, man? It makes no sense. What is wrong with him? Why? Listen, all right, if you don't believe in campaign, cool. Put him at the end of the bench, play Kolick. Brunson cannot play the whole second half. Isn't he dealing with a calf issue? Like, what the flying? What is wrong with this guy, man? And usually, but to me, this is simple hoops, man. This is not even a matter of analytics. Of course, the analytic nerds are going to come on here, and I apologize for calling them nerds. I'm sorry. But these analytic guys are going to sit up here and say, oh, if you look at the analytics of this, if you look at that, if you look at the percentages of this ain't percentages, man. This is just hoops, knowing hoops. Your guy cannot play. He's got a calf issue going on. He's going to need some minutes. You got to get a guy in here to play some minutes. Yeah, but you don't know what Cam Payne's going to give. It doesn't matter what he's going to give. He's got to give something. If you don't believe in him, then put in Kolek. But you got to do something. You can't just have your guy sit there and play through a calf injury for the whole second half, knock on wood, then he gets a torn Achilles, and then you're sitting there saying, oh, Dennis Tibbs again with the same nonsense. This shit is, I'm almost off. LV almost let one off. This stuff is easy, man. This stuff is easy. This stuff is easy, man. It ain't hard, man. It's really not. It's really not. True story, right? LV story time. You see the percentages right here. I'm gonna give you guys LV show story time in a second. 40% from the field they shot, 50% from the field they shot. We shot 44%. Look at that. 11 for 31 from three. They're terrible from three. We were 4 from 22. This is game number 3 or game number 4, I believe, that we're shooting under 0% basically from three. 14 for 18 from the line. We shot 18 for 22. In points in the paint, they got 48. We got 58. Look at the bench points, 50 to 18. Assists, 23 to 16. We weren't distributing the ball tonight. That's the ball game, right? So let me go back, okay? Let me give you guys LV story time, right? This is real talk. When I was in school, when I was in college, and I was played with a couple of guys in the league. And also, too, remember I told you, I used to oversee the Knicks practice and stuff like that. They practiced at my school, So I used to talk to a couple of guys on the team. I told you the story about Chris Mills. I used to talk to him. I used to talk to Allen Houston. I used to talk to Charlie Ward. I used to talk to Rick Brunson sometimes. So I remember talking to those guys and asking them about the game, asking them, yo, is the league really that hard? They was like, well, it is, but it isn't, because it's the same game as it is in college. It's just faster and guys are better, but it's the same game. It's the same mindset. So sometimes some guys, they can't get through the season or they can't get through 82 games because they're just mentally not tough. They don't take care of their body. This is real stories I'm giving you guys right now. But they basically said, the game is the same. It doesn't change. The game is the same. The game is the game. It does not change. I don't care what coach tries to tell you is different. It's not. Once you get to that level, man. Now, to a person who just plays rec and just shoots around, it's going to feel like a big deal. But if you're playing in college, you're playing with really good ball players, you're playing in summer tournaments like I played in with a lot of pros, or guys that were playing overseas or whatever, those guys are playing the same thing. It's just the tempo goes up. It goes faster. And these guys are really good, meaning that they shots that guys sometimes in college can't make, these guys can make in their sleep, because these are the elites of the elites. But the game is still a game, meaning that if you see a guy out there playing and he's pretty good, he's probably really good. He's not like a project. So I'm saying all this stuff to say we saw what Akaporti was doing. He can play, man. He's not a project. He doesn't need more time to develop. No, he does not. He's okay. You can play that guy. No one's saying give him 40 minutes. Give him 10, 12 minutes. We need an extra body out there. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rock with LV Live. Tough Lows on the Boys 103 and 94. Mikael Bridges, 24 points, 5 rebounds. So you see Tyler Kolek, right? He's getting better. Is he struggling defensively with guys? Of course he is. But can he give you 10, 12 minutes a night? I think he can. But how are you going to know? You got to play him. You got to play him. We've seen him play out there, right? Does Tyler Kolek look lost? He's not the best defensively, yes. But if you're not going to play Payne and we need to back up JB, then play Kolek, right? Does Kolek look lost out there? Does he look like he doesn't know what he's doing? I don't see that. You drafted Dottier, right? Why not give him minutes? I see Aaron Dunn out there getting minutes in Phoenix. Why isn't Dottier getting minutes? Dottier went higher than Ryan Dunn. So it's either the coach or it's the scouting department that doesn't know what they're doing. So once again, right? Once again, the game is the game, man. The game is the game. I don't care, but trust me with these the analytics will have you guys bugging out. and thinking that, no, the game is the game, my man. Yes, the analytics matter. Yes, but the game is the game. And what I'm trying to tell you is these guys, I've talked to these guys, man. It's not as complicated as what you think. So seeing Akaporte and seeing how he plays out there, the guy can play. But to Monica Nutt's point, Monica McNutt, excuse me, pause. To Monica McNutt's point, you're going to have to put him out there to see what you have. You can't just not do it just because I don't want to play him. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then to have Brunson play the whole second half, like, come on, man. Like, why not play Payne? When did we ever see Brunson fall out? Like, these are the things. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. And I'm sitting here like watching the game, and I'm like, my head is about to explode because I'm saying to myself, you're my man. How are we losing to? And this guy's going 10 deep. He's playing dudes that I don't even know who half of these cats are. He's playing them. And they're giving the Knicks problems defensively. They're like because their energy's up, right? They're young guys, like they're young. So why is it he's okay playing those guys? And because it's not like he has to play them because his players are down, right? He has to play them because he's got his top players down, so he's playing them, right? He's not just saying I'm only going to play 8 guys, 7 guys because I don't trust those guys. He's not doing that. He's not doing that. Vibe says Payne is trash. Cole should see what I'm saying. So okay, so if that's the case, Vibes. I mean, yeah, Vibes. If that's the case, Vibes, right? Why isn't he playing? Why isn't he playing? Because he's got to build trust. I come on, man. Come on, like you can't piss on me and tell me it's raining. Like come on, man. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. And the only reason why I'm getting to this, like I'm making this point. The only reason why I'm making this point is because these guys look tired. That's what I'm saying. So you got to spell these guys. Like they look tired. And I know first thing people are going to say, well, who are you going to throw out there? Who are you going to? I'm not saying throw these guys out there every game. I'm not saying put them out there against Boston. I'm not saying, but if you're playing against a very short-handed Magic team, isn't this a time to play Kolek and to play these guys to see exactly what you have as opposed to playing? That's why you didn't play Cat tonight. He could have played. He went through warm-up, so that means he could play. So he didn't play tonight because you saw they didn't play Boncaro. They have none of their top dogs. So why not say, yo, I'm going to put in Dottie tonight. I'm going to pull in these guys because I want to see what I have. I want to see what I have. No, he doesn't do that. Instead, he plays his guys who are really. I'm gonna play his post game. You listen to what he said. It's pace, like it's their pace, and they just didn't have the energy, and I don't know, my man. They don't have because they're tired, man. They're tired. You guys never really see LV blackout, man. Yo, tonight I had a moment, man. I kind of lost it because I know this game, man. This game isn't hard, people. Trust me when I tell you. I don't care what they talk about numbers and stuff like that. This game is easy. When you make a decision, it's like this simple, right? When you make a decision to say, okay, I'm going to draft a guy like Dottie, I'm going to draft a guy like Kolek, I'm going to draft a guy like Akaporte, you say to yourself, okay, maybe one of those guys are going to probably be a development piece, but these other 2 guys, I'm going to try to see if I can maybe get them in some type of rotation because I know I'm going to need these guys. So when it's games and Knicks are blowing teams out, why not put those guys in for maybe the whole fourth quarter or the whole like 5 minutes left in the fourth? I don't know, something like that. Tibbs doesn't do that. He picks and chooses sometimes, and he'll wait like 1 minute left in the game, then he'll throw those guys in there, right? That's vintage him. Against like the Wizards and stuff like that, or Charlotte, whatever. I don't see him really playing those guys. That's when they should be playing. Because you got it's development, man. It ain't just packing them on a bench and putting them in a G League because you got to gain their trust. That's not what this is, man. You got to throw those guys out there to see how they develop. These are the guys you drafted. Because you don't have the bread to go out there and just say, yo, let me go get Herb Jones. Yo, let me go get Jeremiah Grant. Yo, let me go get Kessler. Yo, let me go get Andre Drummond. Let me go get all these backups that Tibbs wants that are highly expensive. They don't have the bread for that. So you say, I got to work with what I have. So, yo, check it out. This is what we have right now. So let me try to develop these guys because I'm really, really going to need them. I'm going to have to throw them in the fire because what I don't want is to burn out my guys. But to Tibbs' mindset, he feels like, well, that's why these guys work out. You work out during the season so you can be ready for the grueling 82-game season. You're my man. What? That's straight coach speak, man. No one else does that but you. Like that doesn't make any sense. Everyone else is going 10, 11 deep, but you're the only one that's talking that nonsense. For the first time tonight, I saw a team that was really, 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 really tired, man. And I could see it in their legs. And their jumpers is dead. They have the only one that's got a good 15-footer is, of course, Mikal Bridges. OG Anunoby doesn't look right. Brunson doesn't even want to shoot threes. You know what I'm saying? So you're seeing it, man, with these guys. They just don't have it. And that's a problem. So, I'm going to bring him up right now. Let's listen to this post game, guys.
We fell short. Not overlooking anyone. They're missing a lot of guys. You guys back home. You see any of that? I didn't understand the question. Effort, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say a lack of effort because I think guys were trying, but we played low energy. And then we couldn't get anything going, and so
I had to pause it there. Okay, you hear how he's stuttering, right? Low energy. There's a reason why they're low energy, Tibbs. There's a reason why there's low energy there. I'll let him carry on. I won't interrupt no more. I apologize. I just had to mention that.
And so, we have to get our energy back, and that's a big part of this league. Things change quickly, and so we got to make it go our way, And so sometimes you just got to dig down and find a way to win the game. And we fell short in that area today. But tomorrow we have a chance to look at some things, and and that's where our focus has to be. There's ups and downs of a season. You learn from each game. You learn from every situation, and then just get ready for the next game. It's probably a compilation of a lot of things, So we're coming off a long road trip, So, but that's the challenge of the league. Be ready every night. We're shorthanded. When you're shorthanded, you got to play hard.
When you're shorthanded, you got to play hard. You got to play hard every night, Tibbs. You got to play hard every night, Tibbs. When you're shorthanded, you got to look for other guys to step up, man. You got to look down that bench and you got to look for other guys to step up. That's what all the other teams are doing. Orlando's shorthanded. They play 10 guys, man, because of that. What did Tibbs go tonight? Tibbs, what do you say? He went about 8 deep? Who's the ones that played? Shamet, Precious, and Payne, right? He only went 8 deep. Why not go 10? Why not bring Akaporti in? Why not bring Kolik in? Why not Dadier? Why not do that? The biggest thing with this league, a big part of this is development. And so you got to find out, are you developing these guys well? Are you? I know I said I was going to stop it. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm getting a little emotional. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
That's your margin of error is tight. So, yeah. Yeah, and again, it's a hard, thing. I want to, look at the threes. Some of them I felt were good. Some of them I felt there were hard closeouts, and we got to read it better. So, and we can do better than we did tonight. So we'll take a look at it.
Do you feel like you guys are generating enough deep paint touches?
It's a good question. Usually when we're at our best, we're playing fast. We're deep in the paint. We make good reads. It's a lot of drive, pass, and we have decisive cuts. And so, and it was a pretty physical game, which is fine, and we can't let that get us sidetracked. But we have to play, on both ends with more energy.
You dealt with Jericho and Precious quite a bit at the same time tonight. Is that just, did you actually like what you were seeing there?
Well, yeah. Well, it was the rebounding. They were big. So, we try to, do that in each game for a certain amount of time. We usually do it with Cat and Precious for a while too. But the rebounding was problematic, and that probably hurt us the most early. The initial part of the defense was good, but then Isaac came in and hurt us.
I'm sorry. I know I said I wouldn't do this, but didn't I mention that earlier? I said how when Jonathan Isaac came in, didn't I say that second quarter he came in? And I gave you the perfect matchup for that, right? Because just Sims came out. Sims came out and Precious was out there. But you also had Wendell Carter out there also. He's also big. He's about 6'10", 6'11". So why not bring in another big to match up with that? So he's like telling on himself. Like, they got a lot of size, so you got to match that. That's not analytics. That's hoops, man. I apologize again. Let's continue.
Yeah, just, and again, it's all the recovery stuff that you work on throughout the course of a season. You're starting with sleep, so you got to do that. You got to do that part first, and you got to take care of yourself, and hot, cold, all the stuff that we do for recovery. It's an important part of it. Yeah, day to day. So, and that's part of it. So, next guy get in there. I thought Jericho gave us really good minutes. Yeah.
The last part there, you could tell he was reaching. Like they got to get sleep. They got to get a hot, cold bath. Like that's normal stuff, man. That's all coach speak, man. He's grasping for straws there. He's grasping for straws there. And this is not good to see, man, because you can see guys are asking him because they're sensitive. The reporters are sensitive. They see what we see too. They see like the team looks tired, man. They see the same thing we see. He's like I said, it's a long season, all this other stuff. My man, it's not. It doesn't match up, man. Once again, the game is the game. The game is the game. The game has not changed from the 60s and 50s and 70s. It's the same game. It's no different. The quarter's the same length. So you got to have a good bench. If you don't really have much of a bench, right, because the talent you have, you kind of had to like scrape at the bottom of the league to get certain players. Cool. All right. Well, that's why you have a draft. So when you draft players, you got to play these guys because this is what you have right now. You can't just say, I'm not going to play these guys because I don't trust them. And you don't develop these guys through the year to where you can trust them because you're going to need them. You don't want to. Listen, man, look. You don't want to throw these guys out there and they're not ready, man. They're not ready because you have no place to turn because you done ran these other guys into the ground. Now you got to play Dottier. You got to play, and now it's even worse because you didn't even develop these guys to where you gave them minutes against a team like Washington, against a team like tonight with a shorthanded Orlando team, against a team like Charlotte. Like you didn't do that. So that's the frustrating part about this, man. It's not even the fact that guys get hurt. This is regular stuff, man. That's the league. Everybody gets hurt, man. Everybody gets hurt. We ain't the only team that's dealing with this. Look what Orlando's dealing with, and they're still fourth in the league as far as their record goes and stuff like that in the East. OKC, they're playing 10 guys, man, and they got a bomb squad, but they're playing 10 guys. He's playing his rookies, man. Why aren't you playing yours? It ain't like. So I'm all the way confused. Like, we could sit here and say, oh, well, their rookie is this, or this rookie is that. They're all rookies, man. It doesn't matter. You just got to put them out there and let them play. The game is the game, man. The game is the game. It doesn't change. So it's two things, man. It's either he doesn't know what he's doing, and I don't want to say that because he has been doing this a long time. So I don't want to make it seem like he just does things that doesn't make any sense. Or the scouting department got it wrong with Dadier, and they should have drafted Ryan Dunn. And if that's the case, they should be held accountable because everybody saw that from deep that they should have drafted Ryan Dunn. He's a defensive guy. He's a Tibbs guy. He's big. He's a local kid, which works out. He's 6'7", 6'8". He defends. This was easy, man. This was an easy pickup, and he could play, and he's going to give you minutes. This was easy to pick up. So how was you pick up Dadier, and now he's not even seeing the court? So what's the whole purpose of that? Like it just doesn't make any sense, man. It just doesn't make any sense. And tonight's loss was a bad loss, man. This was a bad loss. It just didn't look. It doesn't look good at all, man. And you see the guys look tired. They look spent because Tibbs is playing them and driving them into the ground, man. They're not going to be ready like after All-Star break, man. But this is vintage him. This is what he does. And it's just I just see a tired team, man. I see a tired team that has no lift. None. This Rover says you can't make excuses for the other team when we win and then start yelling about how right you are if we lose. Oh, you talking about, oh boy, huh? Knicks 100 GM. Big Taz says, yeah, man, yeah. This is insane, man. Where was the stars you claim we have, LV? Yo, listen, man, they're not playing well right now. They're not playing well right now at all. Big Task says, LV, man, I think it's time to panic. Not yet, Big Task. Not yet. It's not time to panic just yet, but it is concerning. It is concerning. 3 in a row we've lost now, so it is concerning. What Guam says, Tibbs has got to go, LV. Yeah, man, I think Tibbs is having a hard time, man, adjusting, man, to how the league has changed. I think he's having a hard time with that. Not saying he's not a good coach. I don't want to do that because I think he's earned all those accolades. But I think he does things that just doesn't make any basketball sense. Like it's not even a matter of like you got to go with what you have. Like you can't say like I'm not going to play this guy because of this, and then you just drive these guys in the ground. You have an excuse like, oh, well, these guys aren't ready. Why aren't they ready? Like, it's your job to get them ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what you have. This is what you have to deal with. So you got to play these guys. I have no idea why he's not playing campaign. Like, okay, we know campaign's not the best. All right, cool. But they picked them up. They're the ones that signed him. So what I'm saying is if he's hot garbage, why sign him? Like, so you got to use him. You got to use him. You got to spell Brunson somewhere. Brunson played the whole second half. How do you do that to your point guard that is dealing with a calf issue, man? And Tibbs is saying, oh, you got to get some sleep and get a hot coat. My man, that's not going to fix anything, man. You're going to have the same issue Wednesday night. If you're not, you got to trust in people, man. Even when they have tough stretches, you got to still trust in them. You can't just throw them to the curb and then say, yo, Brunson, I play 80 minutes. Like, it doesn't go like that, man. These are your guys. If you don't trust in him, then give the minutes to Kolick. To me, it's that simple. Knicks 100 GM said, I told y'all Bridges and OG are not stars. I think they're great players, man. I just think you could just see, like, You could just see that they're just getting burnt out, man. Dutton Rose said, "I respect Tibbs, but since day one, I don't like his coaching ways." Yeah, man. Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like I respect him as a coach, man. You gotta, he's his accolades and stuff. He's coach of the years, and of course he's a champion coach or being assistant with Boston. You got to give it to him, right? But since he's been the head guy, man, he struggled in all these places. You know what I'm saying? And he's his antics of playing guys until they, you know, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, and you can see how it wears on teams. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. This Rover still early to genuinely panic, but Tibbs needs to address this. Agreed. Agreed. This Grover, I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. He's got to make some changes. Like he can't continue to just say, okay, I'm gonna continue to do this because this has always worked for me. I don't know where it's always worked. Like, what's the furthest Tibbs has got with any of his teams? Has he ever made it to the finals with any of his teams? He hasn't. Maybe the Eastern Conference Finals, right? With that Chicago Bulls team, right? This Rover says like a fast before we drop to 4 and possibly 5. Agreed. Dunn Rose says these bench players on the Knicks are upset at Tibbs, but I can't blame them for it. Yeah, man. Like I just I just don't know. And it's kind of like what Monica said. I don't know what it's going to take for Tibbs to trust these guys. I don't like the only way you do that is to play. Like, and she's speaking from as a player. Like, she understands. Like, you don't gain trust because he's in the gym shooting. That's just brownie points. But you're going to really trust the guy if you put him out there. And from what I've seen from Akaporte, he's played well. So once again, I don't know what this needed from Tibbs. I don't know. I've never once seen Akaporte go out there and he looked like he doesn't know what he's doing. And he didn't, like, you know what I mean? Same thing with Kolick. So, they're not going to play great all the time, but they're rookies. You got to take the good and the bad with that. But it's like Tibbs doesn't want that. He wants them to play perfect. It doesn't go like that, man. They're young players. You got to take the good with the bad, but you're going to need them because you can't be having your guys being driven into the ground in the season's early. We didn't even get to the All-Star break yet, and they look tired. BQ from BK says Brunson missing mad bunnies. Yeah, because he has no lift, man. And he's dealing with that calf issue. This Grover says 3 for 21 from 3 tonight. Worst we shot probably ever. Yeah, man, that wasn't good tonight. Dunn Rose says Brunson was playing hurt anyway. Yeah, man, he is hurt. He is hurt. Dunn Rose says Akaporte should get Sims. Yo, listen. I thought Sims played good tonight, right? I thought because he's limited in a lot of ways, right? You see, LV, I'm like feeling it today. As I was aggravated tonight at this loss. But Sims is like limited offensively, man. You saw it tonight, right? You saw it tonight. Like he doesn't even look at the basket. So now with a great defensive team, you're not a threat. So now it's like basically guarding 5-on-4 because they don't have to worry about Sims. But if you get a guy like Akaporte in that's somewhat good at cutting, good at finishing, good at all those things, better than Sims, now he's a threat. So now it opens it up a little bit more. But with Sims out there, I thought Sims played good tonight, man. He did the best he could with what he can do. I thought he was good on the glass, being active, like tapping the ball out and stuff like that. Sims stuff, right? So caught a oop tonight and was finishing strong at the rim, but he's limited offensively, man. And so that changes things for us. Well, go on says absolutely no reason for Akaporte, Kolick, and Dadier, excuse me, to be in the doghouse. I don't think they're in the doghouse. Will go on. I don't think they're in the doghouse. I just think Tibbs just doesn't trust them. Well, go on says the rookies are assets, not bumps. I agreed. I agree. I don't know, man. This room is his word to my mouth. If we win a chip this year, oh yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah. This Rover says Orlando was missing 4 of their best guys and still dug into a 10-man rotate. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, but here's the thing. I saw those guys playing before too. I saw them playing in playing when the Knicks played them the first time. Some of those guys that were on the bench. I saw, of course, I saw Black playing. I saw Jet Howard playing. I saw the other kid. I saw the other kid playing. I forget his name, but even the point guard they had go out there. What was his last name? I think his last name was Green. He had the headband. He fouled. He fouled. Excuse me. I'm sorry, man. He fouled Mikal Bridges on the 3. He was a point guard. He had the headband on, right? So he played, right? So that's what I'm saying. So if that's the other, if those guys aren't with Tibbs, those guys won't play. Those guys won't play at all, and that's my point. Everybody else is doing it. We ain't the only team that's like dealing with injuries. Like everyone else is. Everyone look at when we played the Dallas Mavericks that time. They went like 10, 11 deep too. They did the same thing. And once again, I gotta stress this because I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Well, look who they have." Listen, they don't have all-stars on the bench. They have serviceable guys. But how do you know they're serviceable? Because you got to play them. You don't know what you have. Like, and here's the thing. I get it. We're not at practice. We don't know. Like, we don't, I get it. But then why draft them? Why draft them if you're not gonna put them in situations to do better? And you just run your guys just run them into the ground. Why? And you're going 7 to 8 deep, basically 7 because oh man, see, I'm tired, man. I'm getting aggravated. And Campaign didn't really even play, right? So, like, I'm lost. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Tibbs thinks Hall's a power forward. Yeah, man. He's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Jeremy Lindsay, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. 103 to 94. Mikal Bridges, 24 points, 5 rebounds. Vibe says, I've been telling y'all, man, we're going to losing streak. Corvin said, Tibbs has to understand that no players are perfect. Yeah, agreed, man. But you got to be able to play through mistakes with young players. You got to be able to do that. They make a bad pass or whatever, fine, it's cool, right? You got to be able to let them play through that. They're young players, but they're not going to play like all-stars right away. He knows that. He's been around too long to not understand that. But what I do know is that he's got a very old approach to the game. Because you got to understand, he's from the era of Pat Riley and all those guys and Jeff Van Gundy. He was with the old, like, I'm going back. I'm giving my age, but I'm going back like 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. He's back then. That's a long, long time ago, boss. You got to think that's a good almost 30 years ago, right? He's been doing this. So that's where he gets a lot of that stuff from. And here's the thing, guys. A lot of those guys aren't around anymore, man. He's like an old relic in the league. He's like an old relic. He's got to be one of the oldest head coaches in the game, man. I'm speaking about who's been around. Like, you know what I mean? Because outside of Pop, right? Who else is there? It ain't Spoelstra or nothing like that. Tibbs been around longer than Spoelstra. All the old dudes he came up with, them guys aren't around anymore. He's like one of the last dudes. Him and Pop. All these other guys are new coaches. I'm just trying to think. If anybody, says I'm wrong, like, correct me. But he's like one of the last of the Mohicans, man, of that old guard, because he's from that time, man. And so he still holds on to a lot of those old views and old ways, and that doesn't apply today, man. Jeremy said, the Knicks are a mess. 12-1 against lottery teams, 12-12 against playoff playing teams, 0-8 against OKC, Celtics, Cavs, Bulls, Hawks, Mavs. Yeah, man, that's terrible, man. That's terrible. That's yeah. That's a great breakdown there, Jeremy. It's a great breakdown. This Rover said Tibbs has been playing them full length games too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Josh and Cal tonight with 42 minutes apiece. That's what I'm saying, man. Come on, come on, boss. Come on, man. Tim from Harlem. Harlem all day, man. You know what time it is, man. Money making Manhattan, man. You know what time it is. Tim, I think we should start having a conversation who we think would be a perfect fit for our coach or our team. I think Johnny Bryant, man. That's easy. I think Johnny Bryant was the guy. But he left to go with Spider. That's why he left. He left to pretty much go to the same position over there. That's to be with Spider. Spider was trying to leave. You know what I'm saying? He wanted them to hire Johnny Bryant. Johnny Bryant, if I'm correct, I think he went for the interview for the job and didn't get it. They gave it to Atkinson. But I'm sure Spider was like, yo, but you got to put my man on. So I think Johnny Bryant would be perfect here. Perfect. He's a player coach. He understands certain things. He's young, up and coming, young, great coach. I think he would be fabulous. This Grover says, who you going to throw out there, bro? How about the other 7 players on the team? Yo, word up, man. That's what I'm saying. These dudes ain't bums, but also to this Grover, right? With that being said, right? People say, who you going to throw out there? Yo, my man, these are the players you drafted. So these are guys you drafted. So don't try to make it seem like someone else put these guys on your team. Like someone said, yo, you got it. Here's the players. Like, no, you drafted these guys. So blame your scouting department. So I'm just saying. So why aren't you identifying players in the draft who you feel match what it is that you're trying to do? They're out there. Trust me, they are. You got to do your work. I mean, I saw quite a few players that I knew fit and could play right away, and not even say play like 30 minutes, but can give you 10 to 15 minutes a night. Just be solid, get rebounds, block shots, get steals. That's it. We ain't here asking them to score like 20 points. That's it. That's all you need. Be serviceable. So it's all about getting your roster together. That's it. Especially if you want your roster to be top heavy. So you're going to have to rely on your young players. You're going to have to, especially when your money's the way it is, when you're $500,000 from the second apron, it's where you really can't do nothing. So you got to say this. I'm going to have to rely on these guys because there's nobody out there in the market right now. Nobody's giving up certain players. And if they do, they're going to want a king's ransom for them. So I don't really have the assets to trade. I don't have this. So I'm forced to rely on my young players. I'm forced to because this is kind of like the bet I made. All right, cool. So I got to play these guys. You don't say, nah, I ain't playing them. I'm just playing these 7 dudes because of whatever your coaching philosophy is. That doesn't apply here no more, man, because you're running your guys into the tank. Then the excuse is, oh, well, that's why they train, and that's why we got a cold bath and hot bath, and that's why they got to go to sleep and get some sleep. What? Like, did he really say that? Corey Lindsay, LV, people are blaming the coach for the losses, and that's not always the case. Agreed, Corey Lindsay. Agreed. It's not always the case, and I'm glad you mentioned that. But in certain instances, it is, because the reason why, Corey Lindsay, is because when you sense that your guys are kind of tired and they don't have it, like it's been a stretch now. It's been these last 2 games. You could see it, right? Because their shot is flat. Like, you could see it. So you got to say to yourself, you got to, pay attention to your team. You got to say, all right, these guys, they might need like a little rest. Like, I might have to play a couple of guys a little bit more. So I'm going to have to play Campaign a little bit longer. I'm going to have to play, like, I got to give these guys minutes. I got to see what maybe Akaporte can give. I got to see what maybe Dadier can give. But that's coaching, man. That's development. You got to get these guys ready to go, because you're going to need them, because it's a long season. I don't care how much open gym you play during the summer. It's not going to prepare you for a grueling 82-game season. It's just not. It's a lot of wear and tear, man, on your body. Your body's not meant to be playing every other day. Like, it's just not, and then playing 40 minutes every other day. That's not, come on, man. That's why you have a bench. That's why you got extra players. And that's the place guys will be playing the whole game, but they don't, because they can't, their body just can't withstand that. So that's why you have backups. But if this guy's going 7 deep, I mean, that's basically what he went tonight. So if he had Cat, right? Let's just say if he had Cat. If Cat's playing, right? I want to ask all you guys. I'm still, because that's the excuse, right? Cat wasn't there. If Cat is there, who else is he playing? Is he playing Sims? He's not playing Sims. So he basically did the same thing to Campaign tonight. Campaign hasn't really been playing the last couple of weeks. So he's basically been going 7 deep for the last, I don't know how long. He throws Campaign in here and there, but he's been going 7 deep. Precious and Shamit. That is it. He has not played anyone else. Anyone else. Maybe Campaign here and there, but that's it. Vops is 4 years of hurt players in the playoffs. That's, come on, man. Come on, man. Every year. Yeah. Then Rose says Tibbs is just, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Vops says them boys are tired and hurt, bro. Yeah, they are, man. They are. They are. They are. This is not hard to figure out, man. It's really not. Corlin just says, now I see why these players need rest for the bench could upgrade. Yeah, man. Jeremy says the lost elite assistant coaches Tom Thibodeau is exposed. Thibodeau is the demolition man. Destroying it. Come the demolition man. Jeremy says the Knicks brass are straight trash. The Knicks allowed Isaiah Hartenstein to walk out without receiving compensation. The Knicks passed on obtaining Daniel Gafford at last year's trade deadline. Yeah, man. I think it's a lot of things here. Good point though. Discover. I'm convinced Tibbs would play the MSG janitors over Rooks at this point because they've worked there longer. Agreed. That's a good one. That's a good one. Jeremy says the Knicks brass drafted 4 rookies that will never play. The Knicks passed on obtaining the 8th pick from San Antonio, drafting Messi, right? Jalen Wells, 25th. 2 NBA ready impact plays. That's what I'm saying, man. See, Jeremy, I'm glad that's all scouting, man. That's all scouting. Like, and my thing is, you got to say to yourself, like, and then the other dynamic too is like, maybe like West, Worldwide West, and those guys need to get down and tell Tibbs, like, Tibbs, you got to play these guys, man. Like, you got to play these guys. Like you got to play. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure they guys, I want you to go back here. Remember the issue with Obi. Remember, Obi was mad, man, because he was not playing Obi. He wasn't giving Obi no minutes, man. Obi was coming out, maybe playing like 10, 12 minutes, and he would only go into the corner. Remember that? Remember that was the beef? Remember, we was like, yo, why is Obi just going and sitting in the corner? Remember, because Tibbs would just take him out. He would give Obi maybe 15 minutes. We thought Obi should have been playing with between 25 to 20 to 25 minutes. He was giving Obi maybe 14 minutes, 50. He was playing Obi. And then was that remember that recording that came out. I remember after the playoff game where Randall was playing like garbage and him and Tibbs got into it in the back and he was barking on Tibbs. And when they released that, I said, yo, I think Obi's out of here, man. I think Obi's out of here. And I think he know. And then they traded Obi. And they got back like nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was the Knicks saying, all right, we're gonna look out for him. Because he was like, yo, like this is crazy. He's not, and he would snatch Obi right out. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this guy, like, I don't know what his deal is, man. I really don't. And my thing is like, when you got, and Obi was a good player, man. He's a really good player. He's big. He's 6'9". He's athletic. You know what I mean? He gets out in the wing. Now, he's not the best rebounder, but he gives good minutes. Like, you need these guys. He won't play these guys, man. He won't play them. He'll give them a couple of minutes here and there and just will ride Randall to the end. Like, give Randall like 46 minutes. Like, and you're like, yo, why are you not playing Obi, man? Or play them together. Like, he wouldn't do that. I don't know, man. This is a tough loss tonight. And I think, you know, for the first time in a long time, and I never really got on Tibbs like that. Certain things I would, but tonight was a tough one because I felt like tonight was a perfect time for him to play a lot of those young guys. Seeing how tired the guys looked against a shorthanded Magic team, I thought this was the perfect time to play a lot of those young guys, give them that experience and let them go out and play. And for him to just go 7 deep and just not really, and the guys look tired, and for Akapoye not even to see the court, for him to not even really play campaign in the second half, I'm just like, yo, man, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Because our guys obviously didn't have it because they still look tired, man. Jeremy says Brock All is a trash apologist, making blunders with contracts left and right. The Knicks traded Obi to Indiana for 2 second-round picks. Totally unacceptable. I like Brock Aller, man. I think he's all right. But yeah, man. So tonight's a tough loss, and you know, and we got to kind of get ready because now it's about to kind of get crazy with the schedule. You know what I'm saying? We got Toronto, everybody's back. IQ's back. So they're fully loaded. They got everybody back. So they're going to come into the Garden ready to go. So we got OKC Friday night. So they're going to want to prove that last week wasn't no fluke, right? So we got to be ready for them. So this doesn't get harder. I mean, it doesn't get easier. It just gets harder, man. So we got to be ready to go. So yeah. All right, but listen, guys, look, let me get up out of here. Listen, that's my show. I appreciate everybody coming through, rock with me on this night. Tough night tonight. Tough loss in the boys, 103-94, losing to the Orlando Magic. But I will be back Wednesday to discuss the Toronto Raptors game. So please come through and check that out. All right, but listen, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, rocking with me, and you're watching this on replay, please subscribe to the channel. Also, too, please leave comments. All right. But I appreciate everybody coming through, rock with me. I truly, truly do. I will be back Wednesday, so please come through and check that out. All right, that's my show. I'm LV Live, and I'm out of here, people.